I think we're all obsessed with the thought of being locked in, fully focused, fully committed. But I don't think most people actually know how to do that, myself included. I'm not sure exactly when it happened, but looking back, I know it started around the beginning of the new year. Something inside of me just shifted. Maybe it was the realization of how much time I had wasted, scrolling endlessly, playing video games until sunrise, sleeping way more than I needed to. It's crazy because I used to convince myself that watching motivational videos would help. I sit there hoping to feel a spark, some kind of surge of energy that would make me pick up my camera and film something, anything. Or open my laptop and finally edit something to post, but nothing ever worked. Then one day, something just clicked, and to this day, I can't fully explain it. I remember watching a video about comfort, how it's actually our biggest enemy. At the time, I thought I understood the message, but now, looking back, I realize I really didn't. A comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. That's a quote I first saw inside one of my English teacher's classrooms, and even now when I journal, I often ask myself, am I living too comfortably? That question alone has led me down some of my longest writing sessions, but I think I truly started to understand it when I traveled to Korea. For the first time, I was experiencing an entirely different world. Not palm trees, sand, and ocean, but tall buildings, cold air, and a culture so different from what I was used to. That trip made me realize how much I had limited myself by staying inside my comfort zone. It was proof that growth happens when you expose yourself to the unfamiliar. And funny enough, I remember watching a TED talk about grit in the same English class, and you've probably seen it too. They talked about what really determines success in people, and surprisingly, it wasn't talent, intelligence, or luck. It was grit. The ability to keep going, even when things get tough. Now, if you were to ask me if I read a lot of books, I'd say no, without hesitation. But the few I have read, one book stood out the most: Atomic Habits. It's a book about how small, consistent changes can lead to massive impacts over time. And at first, I didn't realize how true that was, but then I actually applied it and it worked. It made me think back to when I was a kid, watching my favorite YouTubers, dreaming about being a content creator. And yet, years have gone by and nothing has changed. I used to think it was just some fairy tale goal that I wanted as a kid, but now that I'm an adult, it's not a goal that I want to accomplish. It's a goal I need to accomplish. And I think that's the biggest difference that finally changed my mindset, that finally made me be able to lock in. Is it a want or a need?